Front row, teammate.
Dwayne, what'd you learn today? I mean, second straight outing, second straight big QB rating, et cetera, 4 touchdown passes. What just kind of went well today, and how did you have to kind of hone your game because of the weather?
It's just because raining outside. I had to be really good with ball placement, no turnovers, no fumbles, nothing like that. Great job by the O-line today. Really good snaps by Mike, and pretty successful.
This seems like it must be a pretty fun offense to be running right now. You guys can attack just about any way you want. From your perspective running the show, is that the case? Can you guys do anything that you might want to do?
Yeah, it's a whole lot of fun. Just I want to run so many series, so many plays that we run out of time, and we up so many points we can't do what we want. But it's like every series opportunity to go score, whether it's me throwing it, me running it, or giving it to somebody else to go do something with it. It's a lot of fun.
We were asked last week about if you thought you could have had the performance you did, 313 yards last week. Now this week, only 3 incompletions. So I'll ask you again, did you think this performance that you had today that you were capable of?
I think so. Just before the game, I was in a really upbeat tempo, and I felt really good about how I was going to go today. And regardless of the rain, receivers did a great job catching the ball, and it's a testament to how good our offense is.
Dwayne, what's been the biggest adjustment for you in this role as a starter?
Probably the biggest adjustment is just being prepared every day as a guy, and just going into practice, going into meetings, being ready for that game that week. And just I feel like Coach Jay's done a great job preparing me for that, and just probably the biggest adjustment for me.
Yeah, you kind of switched the focus around. I mean, last week, who was it? Terry McLaurin. This week, Johnny. All of those guys capable of going deep at any time?
Everybody. The thing I tell the receivers, that doesn't matter what game it is or what day of practice it is, anybody can get the ball. And whether it's Terry one week or anybody else the other week, I just want them to run the routes like they're getting the ball every single time and call a play. So that's what I think they're pretty
You're
good.
kind of like room service. You lay it right in there.
So what?
It's like room service. I mean,
Yeah.
What did you see from Dixon on those 2 posts? I mean, you saw the man coverage and just went for it.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of quarters on film, so we're trying to plan up some post routes today. Just being able to permit with the weather and just seeing Johnny get open like that is a lot of fun for me. Just basically he's wide open to me from that perspective. So Johnny did a great job today.
Hey, Dwayne, you got your first 2 starts under your belt, a lot of touchdowns, very few mistakes, excuse me. You've been a part of this team for a few years now. You've seen big-time atmospheres. You've been a part of runs deep in November. How excited are you for next weekend to step into a primetime game that the entire country is going to be watching, and how ready do you feel after the 2 games that you had for a challenge like that against TCU?
I'm very excited. Team's very excited. We're going to use this week as a great preparation for TCU on Saturday, and we're ready for them.
Everybody knew your arm and everything coming into this season. It just seems like you're seeing the field really well. Just how comfortable are you looking out there and seeing where your guys are and deciding where to go with the ball?
Yeah, probably been here for 3 years now, just being able to see guys like Marshawn and Malik and Garyon in practice, and then going into the game and seeing the field, it just doesn't feel like feels like second nature really. So just whether we call a play, me and Coach Jay are on the same page. We want to go with the ball every single time, regardless of the coverage, and we're just dialing it up.
Dwayne, speaking of Johnny, just some sort of crazy stat from the last 2 years: 23 catches, 10 touchdowns. Have you ever seen a situation like that where a guy is that efficient, where every 2-3 times he catches the football, he scores a touchdown?
Oh, for sure. Johnny is definitely a home run maker every time he touches the football. That's with everybody. Give him a good spot with the ball, they can take it to the house anytime. So that's the thing for me for his ball placement.
Last question, Bill.
Dwayne, you have a lot of new faces on the offensive line, guys in new spots, and now you're getting ready to go against a TCU team that's known for its defense and has a good defensive coach and has a good defensive line. Just what have you seen from the 5 guys in front of you here through 2 games that shows you they're ready for what they're going to get next week?
I think they're doing a great job. Today was a lot of blitzes and trying to pick up protection, so just getting ready for TCU, just calling IDs out and getting the blitzes picked up. I think they're going to be ready for next week.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Thank you.
Coach, if you want to make a couple opening remarks, and then we'll go to some questions.
900 wins in Ohio State football history is humbling to be part of a tradition like that. To see our student section out there, to all of Buckeye Nation coming out to a game like this in the rain. In the fourth quarter, the student section on both sides is going crazy, chanting, and they're staying in there having a blast. Again, really honored to be representing such a great university and a great football tradition. I thought our guys came out and played hard today on both sides of the ball. Defensively, they were smothering, their offense, and so we got into a rhythm early in the game and thought we came out playing fast.
Over here to the right, Clay.
Ryan, every week it's maybe a new home run hitter. It's good to be an offensive coordinator instead of on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that we talk about all the time and is that you just don't know what's going to happen. So, like, for instance, last week, Terry McLaurin has a big game, and then we turn around, and now Johnny Dixon hits 2 home runs. And, JK, hit for a couple plays, and we had a long pass that got called back. And so you just don't know who's going to get the action. But when you're team players and you don't care who gets the attention, that's when you can be a special group.
Over here to the left, Doug.
Ryan, given that with all the playmakers, you guys got Paris involved early, got him the ball in a running play. Just was that any idea? He had 4 touches last week, and you got him off to a quick start. Was that something you wanted to try to do?
Overall, we just, we wanted to throw the ball a little bit on first down. We did that. It was more about what they were giving us. And sometimes when you call a play, you don't know where it's going to go. Sometimes you do. Obviously, anytime Paris touches the ball, good things happen for us. So that's always an emphasis for us. But I thought that, we did a nice job of throwing the ball early and then kind of running it late.
Just Dwayne at this point, we talked about this week the way he gets the ball out quick and all that. You guys are going to a crazy environment in a big game next week.
Yeah.
Just Dwayne handling everything, whether that's reading a defense in a play, whether it's just during the week. How is Dwayne Haskins just sort of handling everything so far?
Growing every practice, every game, and building as we go. It's not going to be perfect. We know that. Trying to prepare every week for the game and get everybody off to a good start. But I think that his preparation was good this week, and he came out and played well.
Front row right here, Tim.
Yeah, Ryan, 2 quickies. Number one, what just stands out in your mind when I say Johnny Dixon? I mean, it seems like every other catch is a touchdown, et cetera. But and then following that up, were those just reads by Dwayne? If the post is there, hit it and then back down. I mean, just or were you targeting Johnny all the way on those?
Johnny is really is a special young man. He gets up in front of the team. Guys listen. He has the respect of his teammates. Very well thought out when he's around the team, and so much respect for everybody. In terms of his ability level, he's a big play guy. He's down the field and he can track the ball. On those plays, we were trying to take a shot. There was a young corner over there to the field, and we thought if we got the right look, then we take that matchup.
And Chase Young, the situation with him, what did you speak? Did you speak with him after the game about the situation, the 2 unsportsmanlikes? We understand he'll be able to play next week, no matter what. But what was your message to him? I guess.
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to speak with him, and obviously, anytime we want to play with emotion and not let emotion play with us. So that'll be addressed.
Over to the left, Ari.
2 quick questions, Ryan. One, just what's your assessment of the way that Tate played today? Long touchdown pass, long, really good run. Just his development and just the way that, in extended action he played.
Yeah, I thought you got a chance to see, what Tate can do today, which was great. He was 10 for 10 throwing the ball and ran for, I think, 90-something yards. And so, again, he can beat you with his feet and beat you with his arm, and that's what makes him a special player. And we got him into a rhythm early, same thing, so a couple quick passes here and there, and then he hits the long shot down the sideline, on third down, stepped up, made a great throw, and Terry did a good job there. So he's getting better as well, and so if we can just keep building, then we're going to have something really good.
I know it's been a balancing act for you guys between getting him into the field, development time, on the field, but also protecting your depth at quarterback. What were your thoughts when you saw him get hit the way he did late in the game, stayed down for a little bit, and how do you feel that's coming along in terms of the evolution of how you guys think about that?
Yeah, never good to see a guy take a shot like that. Really proud of the way he jumped back up, got the wind knocked out of him, took a pretty hard shot there, but then shows the competitiveness and toughness that we know he has. So that was great. In terms of the depth, we're working on it. We know we're trying to get Chris and Matt and Corey involved in this thing more and more so that we can keep building depth as we move along during the season.
We're going to go a couple more questions because I've got another player I want to get up to the podium. Front row right, Austin.
Ryan, I know Ohio State scored a lot of points for a lot of years, but it just feels like this is a different or more evolved or more explosive one than the last few years. Does it feel that way to you all when you're involved with this day-to-day, that offense has hit another gear?
Well, I think we have a great group of guys here. We have a lot of talent on offense, and I think that combined with the tempo has been great. We did play fast at times today, but that not as fast as against Oregon State, and that was a little bit by design. I thought we got into some good plays based on what they were giving us, and we took some shots in the pass game and then hit them.
And last question for Ryan over here to the left. Bill?
Ryan, last week the defense gave up 31 points. I know they were not particularly happy with how they played. Would you assess their play, and did you sense a resolve this week with them?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Greg and all the guys on defense have a high standard that they hold themselves to on defense, and they didn't like to put up that number like that. And so this week, we called up Nick at the end of the at our in our meeting right there at the end when we brought the team up, and he addressed how this week, it was a tough week of practice, and they got after the guys, and then you could see it during the game. I mean, they were in the backfield. I felt like every other play, really creating havoc, and I thought they play with an edge, which is great moving forward.
Great. Coach, thank you very much. All right, and we're going to open up the floor now for questions for Tate Martell. Over to the left, Bill.
Tate, I guess first of all, just how did it feel to finally be out in the stadium and kind of show people what you can do with that long touchdown run and the long ball to Terry?
I've been waiting for quite some time now, ever since I think really the end of my senior year after redshirting last year. No, it was just fun getting out there.
What's your understanding, I guess, of your role right now? Obviously, you play when the game's been out of hand in the second half, but they also get you in the first half with the first teamers. Just like, is this a package? Or are you part of the plan, or are you just getting in when the game's a little out of hand?
I feel like Coach Day is going to put me in the best situation when I go out there, and whenever that is, I mean, that's really up to him. I feel like they know how to use me, and if whatever they do is what they do.
Second row right here, Dan.
Tate, how much do you feel like today shows that you and Dwayne can complement each other with the way you were able to run the ball in addition to how you both threw the ball?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to go out there and just play. I mean, that's just how I go out there. I mean, I've improved a ton as a passer, and I want to be able to go out there and show that. And I just went out there and made plays with my legs when I had to. And obviously, Dwayne's our starter, so that's how it is. And I'll be there if something goes wrong, and if whatever goes on with the coaches, whatever they want to do.
Oh.
Fourth quarter, just how did you bounce back from that, able to come up so quickly and then score a touchdown?
So when I took the shot, I wasn't really ready for it, obviously. And then I got knocked on my back, and I started getting over, and I started kind of crawling because I couldn't breathe. But I knew I wanted to get back up, and I was like, as soon as I could breathe, I was like, all right, let me up, let's go. I got to go back over there. I got to go play. So that's what happened.
Over to the left, Ari.
Hey, did you think that was a cheap shot?
He saw me going out of bounds, but I just wanted to make sure I got back up and was able to go play.
And follow up, can you give us an honest assessment, a personal assessment of where you are as a passer in your mind?
I mean, I guess I just got to go see after watching this game. I mean, that was the first time I really get to go out there and throw the ball and throw in rhythm. And I know what I'm doing when I'm out there, which is a huge difference than what it was last year when I was going in practice. I was kind of second-guessing myself, where this year I know exactly what I'm doing. I know protection, stuff like that, and just a whole different ball game now, I mean, for me at least.
Dwayne Haskins goes to the NFL after this year?
Over here to the right, Clay.
Is that a no comment? Tate, on the long ball, you could have easily run for the first down. Did you just kind of give him a glimpse, and you said, I can get it there?
So on that play, I kind of saw Terry running with him, and then I saw him get a little separation, and it was my only place I could really go that had kind of pressed up a little bit.
Yep.
And he was running past him, but I felt the rush was coming behind, so I had to step up kind of fast, and I just knew I was letting it fly.
What did that play do for your confidence, your swag as a Buckeye quarterback?
I mean, it was cool, going out there with the ones and finally getting my first college touchdown. So it was really cool,
And last couple questions for Clay, Tim, and then Austin. Go ahead.
Tate, how much was that touchdown run, though? A little bit of a feeling of touche for what happened on the sidelines a few plays earlier. I mean, do you ever have those kind of thoughts in your mind?
It wasn't going through my head when I was running the ball. I was just going out there and playing.
Well, what did it feel like to get the touche?
I mean, I'm just going out there playing, I'll be honest. I'm just happy to be out there finally and going out there and getting back on the field.
Tate, which would you rather do? Would you rather score through throwing the ball or running?
Definitely passing the ball.
All right. Which one felt better today?
Passing the ball to Terry.
Great. Tate, thank you very much.
Yep.
Folks, thank you.